stop focusing on time management for ADHD. Seriously, though, forget time management. ADHD women thrive with energy management instead. Let me back up. Recently, I noticed something that has been inside of my awareness and has actually been my focus for decades, but that I didn't realize how much it was related to my ADHD. This thing, how much I focus on energy management. I mean, I knew I was doing this. With most things, I consider how they will impact my energy, both in terms of how they increase it, things like exercise, yoga, meditation, daily writing practice, nutritious eating, connection with loved ones, and how they have the potential to drain it. Time on screens, especially scrolling social media, TV or streaming, consuming alcohol, poor sleep hygiene, checking out the news, and connecting with certain other people. I never really thought about how much of this is me managing my ADHD, yet it 100% is. In fact, one of the best things I do for my ADHD is paying attention to how things impact my energy, as well as how certain types of energy are the most effective for certain types of tasks. I'm not sure I fully grasped how much I was doing this, but what I know is for years, for sure, at least a decade or more, I have caught myself saying things like, I don't want to do that because that will zap my energy, or I can't do that because it will tank my energy. All of this time, I thought I was doing it to be super present and effective with my therapy clients, and to some degree I was. But the reason I needed to was because of my ADHD. It turns out I don't really function all that well without tending to my energy, which has me thinking about you. If you're struggling to focus, feel motivated to do the things you need to actually do and get stuff done, how is your energy? Do you find yourself drained most of the time? If this is you, it's important to start to consider how things impact your energy and focus on tasks that tend to increase it and move away from tasks that tend to decrease it. Also, there are certain types of tasks that align with different kinds of energy. So, for example, for me, first thing in the morning when I wake up, well, not when I wake up, first thing after my morning routine, and I do basically my ADHD self love routine, after I start work, that is my most creative time. That is the best time for me to be super efficient with doing creative tasks, particularly my podcast, or doing videos like this, or coming up with content ideas. It's not that I can't do those things later in the day. It's just that when I do, it's more of a struggle and I'm not as present or focused. I'm less efficient with it. And then for me, later afternoon is when I do really well with networking and coaching calls and other kinds of meetings and calls. Because if those things are first thing in the morning, then it kind of sucks my energy so that I don't have the energy for the creative tasks I need, at least not without then doing something to re energize, like regulating my nervous system, getting some movement in is usually what that means for me. So, what I would encourage you to do if you're having a hard time getting yourself to do stuff, and it's just like, oh my gosh, your energy is off, maybe make a list, break it down into two columns. Have a column that at the top says things that give me energy or boost my energy, and then another column that says things that drain my energy. And just start listing stuff off and consider how much are you doing things in one column versus the other. And what is one small step you can do today to start to do that differently? Just one thing. A lot of times our ADHD brains want to, we're like, oh, I have to start doing all these high tasks that increase my energy today because that's what our brains love to do. But the reality is that that's not sustainable and that too will zap your energy. So as you look at your list, perhaps think about what's one small way I can start to shift this? And what's one way I can align my tasks more with the energy I'm feeling for that given task? I would love it if you would comment on how this video was for you and what sparked something inside of you. And if you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Take care.